The air in here isn't air anymore. It's a thick soup of burnt oil, sweat, and the copper tang of blood. We've been sitting here for 6 hours, but I can feel it. The ground is shaking. They're behind us. Every rattle of the steel hull feels like a countdown. We called this the iron coffin as a joke. They're closing in. Load the sabot. If we're going down, we're taking the whole valley with us. The world explodes in a roar of diesel and cordite. For a second, you forget to breathe. Silence is the loudest thing in a war zone, waiting to see if the lid opens or stays shut. In the iron coffin, you fight for the man next to you. Driver, left stick, slow. Don't throw a track now. My voice sounds like sandpaper. In a tank, your world is only as big as the glass in your periscope. It's a narrow, blurry green slice of the world. Outside, there's a beautiful sunset. Inside, it's 110 degrees. And my loader, Miller, is shaking so hard his wedding ring is tapping against a 150mm shell. Clink, clink, clink. Miller, stop it. I snap. He looks at me, eyes wide, white circles in a face stained black by exhaust soot. He nods, but the tapping continues. He's 19. He shouldn't be in a steel box waiting to die. Outside, the world is ending in gold. Inside, we're just waiting for the dark. We hold our breath. The calm before the storm is the loudest thing I've ever heard. The desert is never truly quiet. The engine hums, a low-frequency vibration that you feel in your teeth. We wait. Contact, rear, I scream. The world tilts. A shell hits the dirt 50 yards away, and the shockwave slams our 60-ton beast like a toy. It's a deafening crack that shatters the silence. Gunner, traverse rear, 2 o'clock. Tank, 800 meters. Movement, now. The turret groans under the strain. It feels like it's moving in slow motion while the clock is ticking down our lives. Through the sights, a shape emerges from the dust. It's a silhouette, low, wide, and mean. A predator in its natural habitat. Identified, my gunner yells through the comms. We have him. Fire! Deliver the steel! The thunderous roar of the main gun. A heavy mechanical clang as the casing ejects. The cabin fills with white smoke. It burns my throat. Hit! Target still moving! We aren't alone anymore. The valley is waking up. Tracers are arching across the sky like angry red needles. We're backing up, trying to find cover, but the engine is screaming. It's protesting. A warning light on my dash starts blinking. A steady, rhythmic heartbeat of doom. Oil pressure is dropping. We're leaking, boss. The driver yells over the roar. Our lifeblood is spilling into the dirt. Keep us moving. If we stop, we're a tomb. We drive into the chaos. Better to burn out than to sit still.
The impact throws me against the radio rack. My vision goes white.
My ears are ringing, a high, piercing whistle that drowns out everything else. I wipe my eyes. There's a dent in the interior armor the size of a dinner plate, inches from my head. The spall, tiny fragments of metal, has shredded Miller's shoulder. He's slumped over the ammo rack, gasping. "Miller, get up! Load it!" He's looking at his hand, confused. "There's too much red."
I jump down, shoving him aside. The shell weighs a ton. I heave it into the breach. Slam. Gunner, fire!
We trade blows. It's not like the movies. It's clumsy. It's terrifying. It's two giants throwing rocks in a dark room. We're hit again. This time the engine dies. The silence is worse than the noise.
The turret motor is dead. We have to crank it by hand. Manual Travers, right, faster! My arms are burning. The gunner is sobbing, staring through the optics. He's looking right at us, boss. He's loaded. I look at Miller. He's pale, holding a photo he pulled from his pocket. I look at the driver, who's just staring at the dead controls. This is it. This is the moment they don't tell you about. There's no hero music. Just the smell of a dying machine and the sound of the enemy's turret clicking into place. "I'm sorry, boys," I whisper. I grab the manual trigger. I don't wait for a perfect shot. I don't wait for the rangefinder. I just feel the tank. I feel the steel. The explosion wasn't ours. The enemy tank is a fireball, its turret sitting 30 feet away in the mud. I open the hatch, expecting to see heaven. Instead, I see black smoke. Our wingman, the tank we thought was miles away, had crested the ridge. I sit on the edge of the hatch, my legs dangling into the dark, cramped hole that almost became our grave. My hands won't stop shaking. I breathe in the cold night air. It tastes like heaven, even with the smell of burning rubber. We survived. But as I look at the charred valley, I know a piece of us is always going to be trapped inside that steel box. We're moving again, towed by a cable, clicking and clanking into the dark. Just another ghost in a line of ghosts. The explosion wasn't ours. The enemy tank is a fireball, its turret sitting 30 feet away in the mud. I open the hatch, expecting to see heaven. Instead, I see black smoke. Our wingman, the tank we thought was miles away, had crested the ridge. I sit on the edge of the hatch, my legs dangling into the dark, cramped hole that almost became our grave. My hands won't stop shaking. I breathe in the cold night air. It tastes like heaven, even with the smell of burning rubber. We survived. But as I look at the charred valley, I know a piece of us is always going to be trapped inside that steel box. We're moving again, towed by a cable, clicking and clanking into the dark. Just another ghost in a line of ghosts.
The steel around us isn't a shield anymore. It's a bell, and someone is hitting it with a sledgehammer. The hull of the Odessa groans, a deep metallic scream that vibrates through the soles of my boots. We've taken 2 torpedoes to the port side. Impact was deep and heavy. The list is getting worse. 10 degrees, 12. Gravity is turning against us. The deck is slick with hydraulic fluid and things I don't want to look at. The smell of oil is everywhere.
Damage control report! I yell into the comms, my voice lost in the roar of the sea.
But all I get is static. A wall of white noise between us and survival, and the wet, rhythmic thumping of the pumps failing. The heartbeat of a dying ship. The ocean is reclaiming its prize. We are trapped in the heart of the Odessa, and she is breathing her last. May the deep be merciful. Out.
Hell from above. Then comes the whistle. It's a sound you never forget, the scream of a dive bomber committing to its run. It starts high and sharp, cutting through the roar of the fire. Brace for impact. Hold on. The world turns inside out. The explosion doesn't just happen. It arrives like a physical wall of heat. The bridge windows shatter inward, 1,000 diamonds of glass turning into shrapnel. I'm thrown against the chart table, the wind knocked out of my lungs. When I look up, the sky is visible through a hole in the ceiling. Dark smoke is swirling in, smelling of cordite and burnt rubber. Status. Engine room is flooding. We've lost propulsion. We are dead in the water. A 40,000-ton coffin drifting in the middle of a graveyard.
The last stand. Through the smoke, I see them. On the horizon, the shapes of the enemy destroyers are closing in like wolves smelling a kill. They aren't in a hurry anymore. They know we can't run. Load the main guns, I say. My voice is steady now, which surprises me. The fear has passed into a cold, hard clarity. Sir? The targeting computer is fried, Miller says, wiping blood from his forehead. Then we do it by eye, I reply. Shift to manual. If we're going down, we're taking one of those bastards to the bottom with us. The ship gives another massive lurch. We're tilting so far now that the waves are licking at the deck edge. Every man on this bridge knows the math. We have maybe 5 minutes before the sea claims the Odessa. Fire and iron. The turrets groan as they rotate, fighting against the heavy list of the ship. It's an agonizing movement. Range? Give me a range. 4,000 yards and closing fast. I grab the firing trigger. It's cold, heavy. I wait. I wait for the ship to roll back just a fraction, timing the shot with the swell of the ocean. The enemy flashes its guns. A split second later, massive white plumes geyser up nearby. They're ranging us. Now, fire, fire! The Odessa shudders as our guns bark one last time. The recoil feels like the ship's final heartbeat. We watch the shells trace a glowing arc. For a moment, everything is silent. Then a massive fireball blossoms. A direct hit. The ocean turns into a sea of orange fire. We got 'em, Miller breathes, a tiny, broken smile on his face. But the victory is short-lived. The Odessa shudders. Water is coming over the railings now. Abandon ship, I command. All hands, get to the rafts. Move! The men scramble with the grim efficiency of men who have accepted their fate. I stay back for a second. The photos on the wall are crooked. A coffee mug is rolling across the slanted floor. The bow of my ship rises high into the air, silhouetted against the burning wreck of the enemy. She looks like a giant, defiant tower, and as I bob in the swell, I realize that the war didn't end today. It just got very, very lonely.